Have you ever noticed the more honest you are, the more uncomfortable some people get? You're not rude, not aggressive, just real. And somehow that's enough to make some people pull away. Here's the part that messes with your head. That makes you feel like you're the problem. But what if the real reason has nothing to do with you being too much and everything to do with what your presence does to other people? Stay with me, because once you see this, you can't unsee it. If you're someone who thinks deeply, feels everything, and notices things other people miss, then chances are you've had moments where you felt out of place, misread, or quietly disconnected, like you're speaking a language no one else fully understands. And today, we're breaking that down, not just in a vague way, but in a way that clicks deeply. Let's get into it. In this video, we're focusing on two powerful reasons why this keeps happening. The first one explains why conversations suddenly feel awkward around you. The second one explains why some people react to you without even knowing why. And the second one is usually the one people don't expect. First reason: the conflict between truth and comfort. Let's start here. Most people don't actually want truth. They want emotional stability, comfort, predictability, ease. Think about how most conversations go. They're smooth, light, repetitive, almost like everyone's following an unspoken script. And that script has one job: keep things pleasant enough so nobody has to feel too much. But you are wired differently. You don't really operate on that script, do you? No. Rather, you notice tone shifts, energy changes, the meaning behind the words, not just the words. So when you speak, you're not just filling silence. You're adding something real. You say something completely honest, something real, and the room just goes quiet, like people shift in their seats, avoid eye contact, or change the subject. And you're left thinking, wait, what did I say wrong? But here's the uncomfortable truth. You didn't say anything wrong. You just said something real in a world that's trained to avoid it. And that's where things start to shift. Because when you bring truth into a space built on comfort, you change the emotional temperature of the room. Even if what you said was calm, even if it was thoughtful, even if it was completely valid, it still lands differently. I remember being in a meeting at work once. There were rumors going around that the company might shut down, and you could feel it in the room. Everyone was tense, talking about uncertainty, worst-case scenarios, what could go wrong. One by one, people shared how worried they were. And when it got to me, I just said honestly, I'm not really worried. I feel like I'll be okay either way. And the moment I said that, the room went quiet, like noticeably quiet. People looked at me differently. Some avoided eye contact. There were these small, awkward movements, like no one quite knew how to respond. And I remember sitting there thinking, wait, what just happened? What did I say wrong? But that was my truth. And here's why this matters. Most people aren't used to sitting with emotional depth in real time. So when your words trigger something deeper and makes them feel something they weren't prepared to feel, maybe it's reflection, awareness, discomfort, self-awareness, guilt, confusion, or even just emotional intensity, their system doesn't lean into that feeling. Most people instinctively pull away from it. That awkward pause, that quick subject change, that "you're overthinking it" comment, that's not random. That's someone trying to return to emotional safety. So over time, what happens? You start editing yourself, holding back, softening your thoughts, second-guessing what you're about to say, not because it's wrong, but because you've learned it doesn't always land safely. But here's the truth most people don't say out loud. You're not too deep. You're just not built for surface-level interaction all the time. And there's a difference. Your nervous system is designed to process more emotional data, more nuance, more layers. So naturally, your expression reflects that depth. That's not a flaw. That's capacity. Now this next part, this is where it gets even more interesting, because sometimes it's not even about what you say. People react to you even when you say very little. This brings us to the second reason, the mirror effect and the shadow. Now this part explains something that can feel a bit confusing. Have you ever had someone seem slightly uncomfortable around you, even when you're being quiet? Not doing anything wrong, not saying anything intense, just being present. And somehow that alone creates tension. That's the mirror effect. As someone who's highly perceptive, you naturally see things that others don't. You filter out things most people don't. Patterns in behavior, emotional undercurrents, unspoken tension, contradictions between what someone says and what they feel. And here's the key part. You don't even have to point it out. Your presence alone can reflect it. People feel that you see it. It's like you're holding up a mirror without saying a word. And for someone who's not used to looking inward, that mirror can feel exposing, because what they see isn't just you, it's themselves. Parts of themselves they've ignored, patterns they're not ready to face, emotions they've buried, avoided, or pushed down. And that creates internal discomfort. So instead of processing that discomfort, their brain protects itself. And that protection can look like pulling away, dismissing you, labeling you. That's where things like "you're too intense," "you think too much," "why are you like this?" start to show up. But if you zoom out for a second, you'll see something important. They're not reacting to who you are. They're reacting to what your presence brings up in them. And that's a completely different story. This doesn't mean every reaction you get is unfair, but it does mean not every reaction is an accurate reflection of you. Sometimes you're just standing in front of someone who isn't ready to see themselves clearly yet. So what do you do with all of this? You don't shut yourself down, and you don't force yourself into every space either. You start recognizing something most people learn very late. Not every environment is built for depth, and not every person has the capacity to meet you there. And that's not rejection, that's mismatch. When you understand that, you stop shrinking automatically. You start choosing where to open up. And your nervous system begins to relax because it's no longer trying to be understood everywhere. If this hits something for you, if you've been quietly wondering why you feel so out of sync in certain spaces, or if you've ever felt like you had to tone yourself down just to be understood, you're not alone in that experience. And you're definitely not the only one wired this way. This channel is here to help you understand that wiring. Work with it, not just against it. We're going to keep exploring how your mind works, how to regulate your nervous system, and how to actually feel at home in who you are. So if you want more videos like this, subscribe and stay close. And I'm really curious about this. Which one stood out more to you? The truth versus comfort, or the mirror effect? Let me know in the comments.